Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of our Dungeon Boss PvP series. We are smack dab in the middle of the guild tournament. As far as PvP goes, that's the main focus going on. Now that we've kind of gotten started here, I wanted to take a moment to show the team that I've been using. This has been a simple switcheroo for me for the most part. I will admit, full disclosure, most of my raids so far were in the Warlord League. So they don't exactly apply to possibly Legend or Legend 1. But I've been using pretty much the same stock team, 3 to 4 people, and then with the 4th person changing depending on the team. So this is, so far, if you look at my results, I am getting absolutely hammered in this tournament. 184 attacks on me so far. Actually, a total of 200 attacks. That's pretty insane. But right now, I've done 70 attacks and only lost 6 of them. Hand in the air to God, I have not checked a single rune on opponents that I fought. I will, though, say that I am checking the rune power. So when I look at them, I do look at them and look at the overall rune power. So 5900, I look at that. But I haven't been looking at the actual the actual runes. So this is actually a fun one because it's gravy, which very odd that one came up. Of all the people that could have come up, interesting that he came up. And I'm not going to admit to being able to beat that defense right away, but I will come back to it in just a moment here, just as for fun. But what I had been looking at, and this is kind of a weak one, but basically the team that I'm using is a modified Perma Rez team. So Solaris, Leo, and then Lily is always my damage dealer. And then the 4th person varies between Agnon. If I want true Perma Rez, I'll put Emily. And then if they have somebody like Solaris on their team, then I'll bring in Hopper instead. If they have an Emily on their team, depending on who the rest of the team is, sometimes I will use Hopper there as well. Otherwise, it's not usually a threat because she's a one and done res. I'll probably just bring Agnon for that as well. If there's somebody out there that is possibly going to do a lot of damage if they end up getting the haste from Emily's res, then I will maybe either bring Hopper in there or switch it to my Perma Rez team with Emily as well. But usually Hopper will take care of that for me. So if it's nothing overly threatening, in this case here, like this one, they don't have any big hitters at all, and you saw the rune power was fairly low. So if you are Peaver and you're watching this, I'm sorry, but I'm going to destroy you pretty badly here. But this will be the team that I usually use for this then. The Leo Solaris is just there for safety net in case something goes horribly bad. In this case, I would be confident running almost any team that I want and beating this. But this is the team that I use, and in this order as well. Solaris is always first, Leo second, and then Lily Agnon is going to be last. The reason being is because having them later in the rotation lets them totally utilize their initial forms here. I also do put the taunt on Lily as well. It's an easy way to soak damage in the first turn. So I don't think this is going to be terribly exciting for a ton of people, but basically it doesn't matter what happens on that opening turn. Kill the most important person first, and then the raid is done. So it'd be nice if there's the auto run at this point, but I digress. But regardless of who you're going against, like I see a lot of dwarves, for example, they can go ahead and let Valken do his freeze the first turn. Lily and Agnon are going to be perfectly fine. Agnon comes around, kills Valken, and then it's really just a slow burn from there, but it is a high win percentage. So we are going to go ahead and do the attack on Gravy. That's to be honest, that's not one that I've seen a lot of defenses yet because I haven't gotten up into the Legend League yet. I've seen a few of them. I will admit that I passed on a couple of them in the actual tournament just because I was trying to get as many trophies back as I could because I wasn't in Legend to start with, trying to contribute as best as I can. So, like I said, I'm not going to check our runes here, but we have really this is just a dangerous team. I mean, it's all 6 stars, it's all maxed out, and I can tell there's got to be some elite runes on there. And Arya's been a major pain in the ass recently, just because she's very dodgy and she's pretty powerful with her counterattacks. So the big thing in this particular one is, one, do I need a true Perma Rez team, or can I hang in there with Agnon? With the amount of damage that's going to be put out, I think it's probably safer for me to take Agnon because I need to be able to kill Jin probably in the first turn. So I'm going to be offsetting my survivability with a little bit of attack from Agnon. The worst thing that I've seen with the variation of the Perma Rez team that I've had so far probably has come to play with the dwarves a little bit. If people get feared, if you let Valken get his fear attack off with the little wolves that come out, it is absolutely horrible. Because you end up with Leo running away, or even worse, Lily running away. I gotta say, of all the things that I would have expected on the opening salvo, I was not expecting that. I do expect to survive here, though. I do expect to get into the next turn and bring Leo and Soul back. Just like that. That's obviously still in dangerous territory here. This is almost certainly going to be a loss, but these guys get a lot of returns, and now with all the dodginess, there's no way I'm going to be able to come back from this because Leo and Soul are both dead. Interesting defense, though, for sure. It's certainly a strong one. Like I said, that's not one that I'll admit to have been, fighting a lot and beating it. But that would have been ultimately what I wanted to do the first turn, is to get rid of Jin. But it's neither here nor there. Like I said, I've been out of it for a little while here, but this isn't one of the teams that I wanted to demonstrate again. What I wanted to show was ultimately against the dwarves, because it's one of the teams that I'm seeing the most, to be honest. Let's see if I can find any that are actually 5,500. Okay, so this is a good example of one, because now we have two basic principles to deal with here. This team here, I used to try and use the Perma Rez team, but it didn't put out enough damage. And like I said before, when Valken gets rolling, that's it. You're pretty much screwed. So the goal here is to ultimately take out Valken in the first round, and then everything else just falls in line. Jin doesn't put out so much damage where he's much of a threat to stand up against the Leo Soul combo, so you're pretty much good there. Use Lily to take out Valken, and then Theron in that order. The reason I choose those two always first is because Lily has elemental advantage over both of them. She can whip out some serious epic crits. Those two guys will fall pretty quickly, and then the rest of them, just like I said, it's a slow burn. Now, the downside of not checking runes is I don't know if there's going to be a rogue taunt in play here. And when you have a taunt in the first round, it's a major pain with Agnon, because if I can't go out and kill Valken in the first turn, it makes for a much, much, much more challenging fight. In this case here, there's no taunting involved, so I'm feeling pretty good. Like I said, Valken can freeze both Leo and Soul. Don't really care. That's besides the point. All it does is it saves me, another turn with them with their abilities. They don't get silenced. Nothing like that happens. Even if Valken has the Unbreakable Heart, also not a big deal, because Agnon plus Lily is going to kill him. So he'll get damaged by the thorns, and that's that. They have no res availability. Valken goes down, and the main threat of this fight is down. So there is still the possibility of, some wacky things happening. Generally speaking, though, the worst is over with now, as long as there's no fear on Leo or Lily. This one isn't that bad. You can really spread the damage out wherever you want at this point. Guys are going to die. I mean, that's just how it is when you play with a Perma Rez team. That's just how it goes. So I usually spread the damage out a little bit, try to hit Jin a little bit, and try to hit Theron a little bit. That makes it a little bit more balanced when Dagrin does his heals. But one of the rules that I have in play here as far as doing this, when you do your healing and your resurrection, one, don't ever taunt with Leo. Just flat out don't do it. It's never going to work in your favor. Just don't do it. And then in terms of revivals, I tend to not waste my Fury revive here too. If I burn this now, yes, I'm going to bring Valken back, but they got 3 people, 2 of which almost have full health. It's a very risky move, and then I blow through and waste my Fury on that. It's better off to let Agnon stay dead. Leo's going to die soon. Agnon's going to come back. No big deal. So we're just going to keep throwing pot shots on people. until I get a situation where it looks good. So even in this case here, do not taunt with Leo. Even though that would be nice to make sure the next shot goes towards him, it's not useful. Save that taunt for some time when it might actually matter. Because he's going to die. Leo and Sol are both going to come back. Or Leo, sorry, not Leo. Solaris and Agnon are both going to come back. This here I use just as an AoE attack just because. And if it saves me a little damage from Jin, so be it. Okay, there's that. Now I know for a fact I have my Fury with Sol. That's when we bring Leo back. Solaris is there just to bring Leo back. That's the entire purpose of a Perma Rez team. And now she's dead again, but she still has her stacks of whatever she has. So now, something like that. Most of them are dying pretty well. Now I'll admit that if this person was a level 80, they may have been a little bit stronger, a little bit more difficult, but I'm still feeling pretty good unless something awful goes bad here. There goes Dagran. And we're back at 100% Fury. Leo comes back, and now it's almost a guarantee to win at this point. Throw that out there for a slow burn. It's just a protection, and there it goes. So a little bit slow. I guess it depends on what you're going for. If you're going to burn through raids really, really quickly to get as many trophies as possible, it may not be the best option. This is a great combination of teams that I use to build streaks in normal play, but kind of take it for what it's worth in terms of what it's going to get you. You saw my numbers, 90% attack rate without even so much as looking at a rune or a defense. I just play with it. If it looks like somebody that I need to use Hopper, I use Hopper. If it looks like they're really going to damage me hard, I bring in Emily, and I just slow play it. With Lily's, passive with the healing and the damage on the vines, she lasts a very long time. But I do give kudos to Gravy, though. He want me pretty good, though, so I'm not going to lie and pretend like that was some sort of a fluke. That was a complete and utter beatdown. So had I planned that out a little bit more thoroughly, could I have beaten it with his rune power? Maybe, maybe not. We'll save that for another day, though. If we get to the point where we can ever challenge a friend, sure, maybe we'll have a round 2. But if you're looking for some good, slow, easy, and all but guaranteed wins, maybe give this particular team and its variation a try. See if it works out for you. Otherwise, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for watching this video and supporting my channel. If you like this video, please show your continued support by hitting that like button, and be sure to check out both my YouTube channels for new content all the time. And always remember, peace is a lie, there's only passion. We'll see you next time.